Hello everyone! Welcome to our reading, vocabulary and pronunciation lesson. In this lesson, we will read a story together and then we take a look at the important English words and structures. So, let's begin. Today's lesson: Chinese food. A few days ago, I was in the small town of Bristol. It isn't huge. About 14,000 people live there, but it is a charming town. There were many natural areas, historical museums, and a few good restaurants. Some of them were pizza houses and hamburger cafes. A friend took me out to dinner at a beautiful restaurant last Saturday. We took off the bus at Bristol Central and walked down George Road to the post office. Then we turned left into a bit of street called West Lane. We walked a few meters and entered a small restaurant. The Shanghai restaurant has 6 tables and there wasn't anyone when we arrived. We had a wonderful Chinese meal there. The curry chicken was delicious and the noodles were hot and yummy. The wine was excellent and cheap. The fruit salad was exotic and the meal cost only £15 for 2. The waiters and waitresses were kind and helpful. We had the chance to drink some Chinese tea. It was served in a traditional Chinese style. We loved the meals, the service, and the cost. I recommend you to visit Bristol and its lovely cafes and restaurants. I hope you enjoyed our today's story. Now it's time to take a look at the most important vocabularies together. So, let's start. Our today's first important vocabulary is a town. A town is a small area with a number of people and the specific facilities there. Huge. Huge means very big. Charming. Charming means very nice. Historical. Historical refers to something belonging or related to history. Last. Last means the end of something. To take off. To take off means to come out of somewhere. A post office. A post office is the public department or corporation responsible for post services and in some countries telecommunications. A bit. A bit means very little. To turn left. To turn left means to take a turn in the left direction. Anyone. Anyone refers to any person. Wonderful. Wonderful means great. Carry. Carry is a type of food. Delicious. Delicious means very tasty. Excellent. Excellent means great, nice, or super. Exotic. Exotic refers to something out of tradition. To cost. To cost means price of something. Kind. Kind means nice and empathic. Helpful. Helpful is someone who is ready to help. Traditional. Traditional is something related to a specific place's tradition. Recommend. Recommend means to advise or suggest something. Cost. Cost means the price. Lovely. Lovely means beautiful, attractive, or pleasing in a delightful or enjoyable way. Now, let's take a look at the important structures of today's story. So, let's start. Our today's first important structure is simple past. Simple past tense is used to talk about actions or states that occurred and were completed in the past. It is formed by adding ed, d, or ied to regular verbs or using irregular forms for irregular verbs. This tense is commonly used to narrate events, describe completed actions, or discuss past habits or routines. The simple past tense of to be is was for singular and were for plural. In a negative sentence, it is used as wasn't or weren't. For example, I was in the small town of Bristol. There wasn't anyone there. Or, the noodles were hot and yummy. Now, let's take a look at the quantifiers, such as a few, many, some of plus object pronouns, and some plus uncountable nouns. The adjective a few is used with countable nouns and means small amount. For example, there were a few good restaurants. Many, on the contrary, is used only with countable plural nouns. It can be used in all positive, negative, and questioning sentences. For example, there were many natural areas. Some is used with countable or uncountable nouns to refer to an unspecified or indefinite quantity of something. For example, we had the chance to drink some Chinese tea. We can also use some of plus object pronouns or nouns to indicate a portion or a part of something. It is often used to specify that not all of something is being referred to, but rather just a portion or a few examples of it. For example, some of them were pizza houses and hamburger cafes. Our next important structure is indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are used to replace names of people, objects, and places that are unclear, unknown, or not in the main focus of the sentence. For example, there wasn't anyone there when we arrived. Or, when we got there, there was nobody. Our last important structure for today is passive voice structure. The passive voice is used to express the interest in the person or object affected by the action, rather than the person or object performing the action. In other words, the object or person becomes the subject of the sentence. For example, it was served in a traditional Chinese style. Thank you for watching our today's lesson carefully. Now, you can do the activities to improve your reading, vocabulary, and pronunciation skills. See you soon!